Hey guys, about to play round one of a Battle for Zendikar draft. We built the Red White Allies deck, basically. And I think this is unfortunately a hand we need to send back. I mean, if we draw lands, we'll be in pretty good shape, but there's like no guaranteeing that we do that. So I think we want to mulligan it. Okay, this one's a little better. At least we have both colors. We do still have just two 4-drops, which is pretty bad. And I'm actually going to put this on the bottom because we need to draw more lands, more than we want to draw Stone Fury right now. I'm going to lead with a mountain, and in the turn, okay, on to champion number 2. Definitely need to draw another mountain since we've got 2 double red cards in our hand, and our opponent now has a culling drone in play. Okay, good. We drew a guy who can at least stall for a little bit. I think we probably let the drone hit us once, at least. Our opponent probably really needs the ingest, though, so maybe not. But I think we let it hit us. And the plains, which would have let us play our Vestige of Emrakul, which would have been nice, but I want a mountain more anyway, so here's hoping we draw one. We did it. I'm just going to swing with our Castigator. And then I'm going to play Ondu Champion number 1. And end the turn there. He may play a Merc Strider now and bounce our Ondu Champion. That'd be like the ideal play for his deck, which would suck for us, certainly. So we'll see if that's what he does. Seems to be thinking. Coastal Discovery. Okay. Just drawing cards, which is a little scary, but not as scary as it could be. Okay, that's interesting. I think I just played another Ondu Champion and swing with both of these guys. He can block the Castigator, trade his guy, and still take 1. Doesn't seem too bad. Now my team gets double trample anytime I play an ally. Okay. So, yeah, he goes to 12. We'll end the turn there. Opponent does have a ton of cards in his hand, which I don't really like the sight of. Be nice to get a couple more guys with Rally into play, certainly. Our opponent has only managed to adjust 1 card so far. Okay. Tide Drifter doesn't worry me too excessively. See if he plays something else. That is a little more annoying, but it's not the end of the world or anything. Let's see what we draw. Okay, Shadow Glider, not bad. I think I'm actually going to hold on to that Ondu Champion for a little bit so that I can use its trigger at a later time. And I'm going to play out the Vestige of Emrakul. Of course, he already has Trample, so maybe that wasn't the best. Maybe playing Ondu Greathorn would have been better. I'd like to draw our 5th land. Our 2 best guys with Rally cost 5, so and be pretty nice. I wonder if our opponent has Halimar Tidecaller. If he does, that'd be pretty good for him right now. He does have 2 good cards with Deathless Behemoth. Yeah, that's a problem. Not one we can't deal with, but a problem nonetheless. Okay, there's a 5th land, which is good to have. I think I probably just play Shadow Glider and hang back, and you try to use Sure Strike to kill that Behemoth on our Ondu champion. So I'm just going to play the Shadow Glider, and we'll end the turn there. Luckily, Clutch of Currents is sorcery speed, right? Yeah, so if he has another one, it won't work if in combat I use Sure Strike on my dude. Okay, he doesn't want to swing, which I'm sort of okay with, I guess. I can just start swinging in the air. Okay, well that's annoying. So he can get back. It's not Halimar Tidecaller, but he can get back something if he decides to use up his card that he exiled from our library. He's getting Coastal Discovery, it looks like. Yeah, okay. That's annoying too, especially when he could cast it with Awaken. So, not exactly what we want to be seeing. And a Mist Intruder, okay. That can now block my guy all day. Okay, Stone Fury is pretty good right now. I can use it to kill Tide Drifter. Which is probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to swing with the Shadow Glider, and if I can, coax him into blocking, then I get to blow up both his Mist Intruder and his... Okay, well, I couldn't do it. Yeah, so we'll just do 2 to him. I think I just hold on to Stone Fury for now and use it on something else. I haven't yet gotten to build the blue-black deck. It looks like it's a lot of fun, though. But depending on what he does here, I have a lot of options. Like, the reason I don't want to use Stone Fury like on my turn is because if he swings, I want to be able to kill this Behemoth. So that'd be good. I guess I could leave this hanging back to keep from getting ingested so much. Okay. In that case, we're going to block here. And we're going to use Sure Strike. See if our opponent has a response for that. Seems likely. Nope. Looks like we get to take down that Behemoth, who was definitely the biggest problem on this whole board by a wide margin, I would say. We really would like our Resolute Blade Master right now, who could really make this board scary for our opponent. He did just ingest something else, another Plains. Coastal Discovery, yeah. Awakening a land. Probably going to blow it up, the land, that is. Okay. I can Stone Fury the land or the Tide Drifter. Um, I think I'm just going to play this Ondu Great Horn. Nah. Yeah, it's a weird board situation here. Because I'd like to have the mana to have Stone Fury in case he decides to swing with this again, and I can Stone Fury this, block that, and kill, kill two things, 2 for 1 basically. I am going to play this land, even though I'd like the landfall trigger later so that Stone Fury can do 6 in case that's necessary. I think I just end the turn there, though. I can also, like, if he swings with everything and I blow this up, I can block here and kill the island, and I can also kill that if he swings with it, too. It'll all depend on what our opponent does here, but that's probably what I would do, is block here and block there, Stone Fury there, and hopefully take out both those creatures. I would lose my Ondu Champion, too, but I think it's probably worth it. I haven't seen Merc Strider yet. Clutch of Currents we've seen, but not Merc Strider. I'm sure his deck has it, and we do have one card that he's ingested, so. See what our opponent does. Clutch of Currents, okay. And he's awakening a land again. I can still set up some pretty attractive blocks here if he decides to swing with things. He does. The Mist Intruder is going to get through now, of course, but okay. Yeah, I mean, I think what I do is what I was thinking I would do, which is block here. And then use Stone Fury here. That makes the board a lot more manageable. I think. Ooh, Benthic Infiltrator. Yeah, that's bad. Oh, well, there's Resolute Blade Master. We need to build up our board before we toss him out there, though, I think. A little bit, at least. Because when we play him, that'll give my Ondu Champion trample. And that's pretty good. But we're going to end there. Our opponent can now ingest 2 cards a turn, though, which is pretty awful for us. Assuming he has more ways of feeding on ingested cards, anyway. And I'm sure he does, so. Plains. And plains. Okay, well. He's hit mostly plains so far with those, which isn't too bad, especially because we have like all the lands we need in play. Ulamog's Despoiler. Yeah, that's bad. It's going to be massive. Yeah, 9/9. Yeah, that's going to be hard to deal with. I'm going to play 2 Shadow Gliders. I'm trying to set up a turn where I can just play Resolute Blade Master and win. And we're pretty close to that already. So we'll see what he swings with this next turn. If he decides to swing with all three of these and then doesn't play a creature, I think we can just win by playing Resolute Blade Master. Although Spawning Bed does complicate that plan. Okay, well, he kept his Mist Intruder back, which is unfortunate for us. But we're just going to take 10 right here. There's Hero of Goma Fada. That's disappointing. But not the end of the world, I guess. Dudes still have Trample, or will have Trample when I play this Blade Master. But I don't think we can punch through because of Spawning Bed now. But let's give it a try. Whole team gets Trample and Double Strike now. And we attack with everyone, because we're about to die anyway. Oh, gotta go to combat first. And we'll attack with everybody. Yeah, that Spawning Bed is going to end up saving him. Unfortunately for us, I think. If he hadn't played that, I think we would have had lethal damage. But because he did, we won't. Probably, I don't remember if I took a Volcanic Upheaval, but this is the situation where I would want to side it in. He has lots of Awakening, and he has a good non-basic. So... We're actually not going to be dead immediately, which is interesting. I'll have to jump block with my Resolute Blade Master, but we do basically clear his whole board, drop him to 6. Less than 6, actually. So he'll hit twice for 6. He might still be dead, actually. I keep forgetting, like, Double Strike plus Trample is, like, so the 4 is done here, and then 2 is done there. A full 4 is done, so that drops him to 2, and this will do enough extra, too, that he's dead. Wow, I think that does it. Oh no, it drops him to 1. Okay, I was a little off on the math there. But should we be able to survive by chump blocking here, then we're going to win on the next turn. If he has another bounce spell, we're just dead. So, okay. He's got to have something because he just played a single flyer. Okay, now we can just play Tunneling GOP and win that way. That's obviously the safe route. So that's how we're going to do it. All right, well, we pulled that one out. Thanks to Resolute Blade Master. I'm glad I built up my board a little bit before playing him because it ended up being just like a devastating board state for our opponent, where he had to give up everything basically and only walked away with 1 life. So that worked. Inspired Charge seems like it would be pretty good in this deck. Against this deck. Smite the Monstrous. How many Eldrazi did we see? Was that the only? We only see that one huge guy. No, we saw some others too. So I think I bring in Smite the Monstrous. Take out a Touch of the Void, maybe. And the fact that the Touch of the Void can hit my opponent is pretty gross, though. So I don't know. I don't know if I want Smite. I don't know what I would take out. I mean, maybe undo Great Horn. Yeah, let's do that. Let us do that. Didn't see any of our 3 Touch of the whatchamacallits, Touch of the Void. That's what it's called. Would have been nice. Okay, this is a very good hand. We did not get any of our Slide Runners last game either, despite the fact that our deck has 3 of them as well. But looks like we got 1 of 3 different cards of 1 each of our 2 cards that we have 3 of in our deck. So that's pretty good. We don't have any white, which is a little bad, but all the cards in our hand are red, and the majority of our deck's red anyway. So, I mean, we definitely want to draw some planes, but if we don't, then this hand is one of the better versions of a hand without any planes. There's that freaking Tide Drifter again. Okay, there's a planes. So we're going to play McKindy's Slide Runner. We'll probably end up using like Swinging plus Touch of the Void to kill the Tide Drifter. Seems like a good deal. That thing ended up being a pretty big problem for us last game. Oh, well now I don't really have to do that necessarily. So we're going to get this landfall trigger. And then I'm going to play Fire Mantle Mage to give my dudes Menace. Dude, singular. And we're going to swing for 3. One of the good things about playing against playing allies against a blue deck with all the bounce is he really doesn't want to be bouncing my allies. Like, he's really limited into what he can bounce. It's the one that draws him cards. No, makes me sacrifice a creature. Okay. All right, well, I play a land, and then I'm going to play another ally. Give everyone Trample and Menace. And drop our opponent to 12. And end our turn there. So if we have draw another ally right now, and our opponent can't play another creature, he's in a lot of trouble. If we don't draw another ally, we probably swing and use Touch of the Void to finish off this Tide Drifter. Opponent does seem to be in trouble. He's lacking his black, which he would really like. Okay, we didn't draw another ally, so we're just going to swing with everybody to get in for some damage. Probably should have played my land first, but hey, that was a mistake. But I would have done 1 more damage this turn, which is certainly relevant. There's that. I actually don't think I'm going to use Touch of the Void. I may need it for the reach eventually. So I'm just going to play Shadow Glider for now and hold on to Touch of the Void. We also have our Outcast, who will probably play next turn and can basically end the game for us if it's not already basically over. Okay, Tightening Coils is going to slow down our action here. Yeah, I mean, he definitely didn't want a Clutch of Currents, the mage, like that obviously wouldn't have been a good move. So, okay, now we can just Stone Fury that out of the way, plus play Dragon Master Outcast. So I think that's what we do. We pump our Slide Runner. We go Stone Fury. Swing for 5. And yeah, I'll play the Outcast, who will make a dragon token on my next turn. Finally drew his black, which kind of sucks for him. Blighted Fen and Tightening Coils being in the same deck isn't like the best synergy ever, but you know, they're both fine cards, so okay. Yeah, he loses. All right, well, game 2 was much less interesting than game 1 was, but we managed to go 2-0 in that match anyway. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we continue to do well with this deck. It's definitely a lot of fun to play. I'm loving this format so far.